So I'm just going to set this up. Hold on. I don't need these headphones right now. Greetings, folks. Where's the camera? Hi, this is Terra Lumination. It's Monday morning over here. I'm in sunny Las Vegas at my donut cafe. I love it here. Have a look. Well, okay, so there we are. Now, I'm just making this because we've just entered a whole new episode. Okay, a whole new way. Hello, Love Triber. Love Triber wants a donut. Okay. Good morning. Hi. Hey, Necessary Truth. Good to see you. Yeah, I'll just get a 12 pack and ship it out to everybody. Just wanted to comment on the astrology for the day. I'm just going to show you. Okay. So we actually talked about this late last night on Sunday, Pacific time, the United States PST, Pacific Standard Time. And as you notice, there's a huge stellium in Aries right now. So I'm just going to go outside for a moment. Oh man, it's really windy here. You probably won't be able to hear anything. Okay, never mind. I'll go back inside. So I'm trying to keep it really, really simple. Whoever you are, wherever you are, if you're watching it, if you're interested in the astrology and you're interested in awakening, if you're interested in evolving, then it can really help to deliberately tune in to the, I guess you could call it energy fields. It's literally geomagnetic energy fields. Path Traveler sent a link to an interesting video from this fellow called Cryon, and he was talking about all the physics, the energy fields. He didn't really mention the planets or anything. He talked about the solar system and how things are always changing every day, and we're going through, constant evolutionary shifts. And in terms of humanity and our history, it's literally just a tiny, tiny, tiny blip on the galactic clock, so to speak. There's lots and lots of different channels out there talking about this stuff. Astrology channels, religious channels, spiritual channels, yoga channels, tarot channels. And I've got my own little interpretations. If you've been here before, you know that I focus on the very simple essentials of the measurable planets. And there's the visible planets: Sun, Moon, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn. And they all have very well documented history, like in who they are and what they do, if you think of them as having characters, personalities. And then what I do then, where my interests lie, are to do with Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. These are not visible by the naked eye. We feel it more in our spirit and our soul over here. And in that respect, it's actually a lot harder for our consciousness to figure it out, because it's happening at the subconscious levels. So right now with this Aries new moon, let me show you. Let's see if I can do this over here. Okay, I don't know if I'm seeing this properly, but anyway, if you don't know anything about your own personal astrology, it might be time to get to know yourself. Literally get to know thyself. Know thyself, because instead of operating 99% on your animal reflexes, which are incredible, by the way, There's a whole other level of operating which involves deliberate consciousness, which means having to. Hello, Lily Lynn. With deliberate consciousness, it means doing the work, putting in the effort to question your environment. Instead of doing everything like, our biologically, most of the time we react to what happens out there. When you really reach consciousness, you respond. Responding implies that you have evaluated and observed your environment and your situations. I try to do that by watching the planets, but it could be like you watch the stock market, or you watch the front page of your newspaper, or you watch your local news or something. Whatever it is that you use to gather information, okay? Once you've gathered that information, you process it and make decisions. Okay, how does that information affect me? Fight or flight? Am I in the right place at the right time for the reasons? And should I stay here and be happy? Should I stay here and fight? Should I run away and flee? Now, in order to make healthy decisions, you really have to have a very good idea of who you really are, as opposed to who you are conditioned to be or who you have been conditioned to be. And I think that's one of the most important themes about this Aries new moon. It puts all of us on red alert, literally like a huge red alert. We've got we've got the sun, Venus, moon, Chiron, and Mercury, all piled up there in Aries. And it's the energy is all about the self. Like, literally, who are you? Who are you? How do you define yourself? Who am I? Ask yourself those questions. Who am I really? What is it that constitutes my identity? How do I define myself in this world? Do you, like guys do? Like, I'm a guy, and I tend to identify myself by what I do. Because that's how we are measured in society traditionally. Like, if you're a really successful guy, you've got tons of money, then people think of like, oh, he's that really successful guy with a lot of money. Hello, I see you guys out there. Thank you for hanging in. Or like, oh, look at that person raping and abusing someone else. They're bad, evil rapists. Or look at that sleepy person who's just walking around living their life like a zombie, having been totally conditioned by the people who are doing the conditioning. Now, we've talked about this in all sorts of different ways before. For example, with mainstream news in the United States, that is NBC, CBS, NBC, ABC, CBS, CNN, MSNBC, Fox, and all the local affiliate stations for those huge networks. They are all heavily invested in programming you and conditioning you to behave and react according to what works for them. Okay? Now, it's different when if you observe that thing and you make decisions, how am I going to respond? But if you get to the level where you start to question all this information that's coming to you, I would say congratulations, because if you're not aware of it, you're being conditioned, you're being programmed, okay? We're all being programmed, we're all being conditioned. It's happening right now, okay? And so, what do you do with that? I realized many years ago that I don't like being conditioned. I was heavily conditioned as a child. Extreme hyper conditioning. And it created a certain person, this person here, where I reacted in order to save my life, literally to save my life. And these days I'm older, and now I tend to move more slowly. I absorb information more slowly, and I process it more slowly so I can respond. So I can make calculated responses that work for me. What is best for me? Love thyself. Okay? That's what I talk to people about. That's what I do when I'm doing readings. Love thyself. Know thyself. Okay? Honor the self. I mean, it sounds really, you know, selfish to say those things, but the best thing that you can do is be the best version of you. This Aries new moon is a tremendously powerful opportunity to have a good look in the mirror, number one, and then have a good look at your surroundings, your life, number two. Who are the people that you hang out with? Where do you get all your information? Is it from the Epoch Times or something? Or is it from NBC local news or whatever it is? And then you figure out, okay, you make your conscious decisions. And then, like, how do you want to optimize yourself? How do you want to maximize yourself? Are you becoming aware of anything and everything that is working against you, for example? You know, like, the stock markets or the banks or your leaders, your politicians, or your religious gods, all of those things. Are you starting to question everything and realizing, like, wait a minute, there's a lot of bogus stuff going on here. Who am I really? What do I really want? Where am I really going? What is really best for me? It's very, very important. So when you look at the chart for today, basically the start of this new moon, go back to your own chart and look for the, we do a little circle. In Western astrology, we do these circles. Look for the area that is designated by Aries in your chart. You might have Aries in the 9th house, or Aries in the 5th house, or the 3rd house, okay? Wherever it is, it's somewhere. So, in order to help yourself, I'm trying to help you to help yourself by digging into your own chart, discover where the Aries sector is in your chart, examine that area. In Western astrology, they have 12 sections, okay? I don't know if you can see this, but it's divided like a pizza slice into 12 sectors in our life, and this is a very well-established pattern in Western astrology. Right now, I'm talking about Aries over here on the horizon, but it could be here, or here, or here. So what I'm suggesting is help yourself right now. Grab as much time as you can for yourself. Keep it. Cherish yourself. Stop giving away all your power to everyone and everything around you, assuming that they are right and they know what they're doing, simply based on the degree of comfort that you have in life. Typically, the more comfortable that you are in life, the more likely you are to accept whatever conditioning is coming at you. Because why would you want to upset the status quo or your comfort? When you are in very dire situations, like what happened last night, for example, with Fritaly is having serious challenges right now, you are forced to go to the next level of survival. That means thinking, okay? Actually thinking, and realizing, am I responding out of fear? Am I reacting out of fear? Am I reacting out of strength? Now, the next thing is, I don't want to react. I want to respond. So you have to start thinking like four-dimensional chess, two-dimensional checkers, okay? So if you are very uncomfortable right now, treat that as a strong message that this is your opportunity to look to thyself so that you can evolve, okay? Question everything. Question absolutely everything. Path sent over a couple of notes this morning. One was about, what was it? This fellow Cryon, he was talking about these, how everything is changing all the time. And it is, okay? It's constantly changing. The solar system, the planet Earth, in our lifespans, we see upheaval like volcanoes, earthquakes, tornadoes, slight tectonic shifts, things like that. But over galactic history, things are changing all the time. And in a human lifetime, let's just say if you're very extended, like 80, 90 years, you're going to see lots of changes, but you're also going to notice a lot of similarities. Right now, with the solar cycles, we're heading into a solar minimum. If you're interested in that kind of stuff, you could watch a channel called Suspicious Observers. It's absolutely terrifying. Or you could watch Ice Age Farmer. There was some kind of interruption with the phone just then. So, like this morning, I woke up, I had a really good night's sleep, probably the best I'd had in weeks. I slept all the way through for 8 hours. It was heavenly. And I checked in with the little kitty cats, and I was just doing everything on reflex by being, I was just minding my own business. And then I started to check in on the resources that I gather my information from. Okay? I like the Epoch Times. The Epoch Times is being destroyed right now as we speak. It's being destroyed here in America. Hi, Gregory, I see you. And also this morning, the Epoch Times, their whole printing press and their whole offices were destroyed in Hong Kong. A bunch of communist CCP thugs went in and completely destroyed the Epoch Times in Hong Kong. Okay, that's a little bit beyond censorship. The other day there was some kind of nuclear attack going on in the Middle East, and when I study the finances and the markets today, like I was predicting in my book years ago, we are heading right now into a full-on currency war. We're building up for it right now. I think the full impact or the full awareness of the war is going to be most likely felt when we get to the Pluto in 0 degrees Aquarius in about 4 years from now, a little less than 4 years. So I'm trying to plan and prepare now. Okay, I'm literally trying to do that because when I wrote that book, I wrote that 4 or 5 years before January 20th, 2020. And look where we are now. Okay, everything has come true. So, right now I'm just sitting in the donut cafe trying to mind my own business. But deep inside me, at my core level, at the level of Pluto, at the level of Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto, I am starting to look around my life and my world and figure out, like a chess game, how am I going to position myself for the best chance of survival and prosperity and protecting my money, my privacy, and myself. Because things are going to get very, very disruptive, very shocking, okay? We're building up to it now. So another way to look at it is go back about 250 years when the United States was born as we know it today, 1776. And then in 1786 and 1790s, which was about the same time we're coming up to when Pluto was in Aquarius, guess what was happening? All over the world, revolutions, chaos, upheaval. Basically, we the people are saying enough is enough. We don't want to be slaves. We don't want to be debt slaves. We don't want to be debt cows. We do not want to live under authoritarian, tyrannical regimes, which are what's happening right now. The tyrannical regimes are doing everything they can to impose themselves on top of we the people. I don't like it. I don't want it. I've already lived through that lifetime. There's other ways to live. And the pressure is only starting to become aware on a global scale. Okay? It's happening. All right? So anyway, we lost a few people. I'm going to wrap it up now. All I'm suggesting here is today, it is Monday morning in the United States on the 12th of April 2021. It is a brand new Aries moon. It's a huge Aries moon. It's a stellium, okay? And find out where that is in your chart. Examine yourself. Ask these questions. What am I doing? Where am I going here in that part of my life? But especially your identity. Who am I? What am I doing? Why am I here? What are my goals? What are my aspirations? What is stopping me? What is blocking me? Okay? This is a great opportunity. There's so much other stuff we could cover, but I have to get on with things right now. I really wish you all the very best, and we'll do this again. We'll connect again soon, okay? Bye bye, everyone. I'm gonna wrap it up now. Oh, if you need anything, go to terralumination.com. You can book a reading there, okay? Bye. I have to stop this now. Hold on. Stop!